I will never forget that morning. It started off like any other, until I found myself sitting with an old doctor who had been practicing cardiology for over 40 years. He told me a story that made me shiver. Looking me straight in the eyes, he said, "You know, in just 5 minutes of sitting here, 12 seniors somewhere will have a heart attack, and almost half of them will be alone." That wasn't just a statistic. For him, every number represented a face, a life that could have been saved, if only they had known what to do in the first 10 minutes. I've heard the phrase, "I didn't know what to do," so many times, he said. The heartbreaking part is, they could have survived by doing just one or two simple things. So he shared with me, as if to a close friend, 7 things that can save your life if you suffer a heart attack alone. I'm sharing this today because someone out there might need it. 1. Heart attack symptoms in older adults aren't like in the movies. People think heart attacks mean dramatic chest pain and collapsing like in the movies, the doctor said. But in older adults, especially women, the symptoms can be completely different. He shared the story of Joyce, age 83. No chest pain, just a bit tired, slightly dizzy, and a vague feeling of being unwell. Thankfully, a neighbor noticed something was off and called an ambulance. He told me to watch for these signs: sudden fatigue for no clear reason, shortness of breath even with light activity, cold sweats without being hot, unusual nausea or bloating, dizziness or mild confusion, pain in the back, neck, jaw, or arms, ongoing insomnia or prolonged fatigue. Don't ignore these. They could be the first signs of a heart attack. 2. Call 911 first, always. The doctor looked me in the eye. People think they can drive themselves. Big mistake. He told me about a 76-year-old patient, a strong man who felt a tightness in his chest and tried to drive himself. He passed out on the road, caused an accident, and lost critical time. Do this instead. Stop everything immediately. Sit or lie in a comfortable position. Call 911 and say clearly, "I'm a senior and I may be having a heart attack." Unlock your door in case you lose consciousness. If possible, alert a family member or neighbor. Calling for help is not a burden, he said. It's your smartest chance of surviving. 3. If you have aspirin, chew it the right way. Aspirin saves lives, the doctor said, but only when used properly. Here's how. Use 325 milligrams of uncoated aspirin or 481 milligrams baby aspirin. Chew the tablet thoroughly before swallowing. This helps it absorb faster. Sip a small amount of water if needed, but don't drink a full glass, man. He shared about a 68-year-old patient who swallowed aspirin whole with a large glass of water, and the drug didn't have time to take effect. You only have a few golden minutes. You have to get it right. 4. Sit in the right posture to ease heart strain. Should you lie down or sit during a heart attack, he asked. I guessed, lie down? He shook his head. Not always. If you're short of breath, sit upright, leaning back slightly in a chair. If dizzy, recline at a 45-degree angle with head supported. If nauseous, sit on your left side to reduce the risk of choking if vomiting. Do not walk, climb stairs, lie flat, or lie face down. If cold, use a light blanket. Shivering increases heart strain. 5. Control your breathing. The 4 to 7 8 technique. Panic is the one thing that speeds up death during a heart attack, he said. He taught this simple breathing method to a 71-year-old patient. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold the breath for 7 seconds, or as long as comfortable. Exhale slowly through the mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat 4 to 5 times. Focusing on breath calms the mind, slows the heartbeat, and increases oxygen flow. She told me, all I could do was breathe until they arrived, and that was enough. 6. Self-chest compression, a last resort. The doctor's tone dropped. Not everyone teaches this, but in life or death moments, it could make a difference. He told me about Samuel, 74, alone in his cabin, losing consciousness. Remembering the doctor's advice, he tried this last resort technique. Lie on a hard surface. Make a fist and place it in the center of your chest. Use the other hand to press down on the fist. Push hard and release at a rhythm of 100 compressions per minute. Think of the beat of the song Stayin' Alive. It's not perfect CPR, the doctor admitted, but it's better than nothing. Warning. This may cause rib fractures, especially in those with osteoporosis. But when life is on the line, it may be your only chance. 7. Prepare ahead. Make a survival plan. The most important thing, the doctor said, is to be prepared before anything happens. He shared Louise's story, 79 years old, living alone but always ready. Emergency medical info printed on the fridge and kept in her wallet. Aspirin placed in multiple locations: bedside, kitchen, purse, car. Emergency numbers labeled as ICE in case of emergency. Wears a wrist emergency call device. House number is visible from the street. Practices emergency routines: unlocking doors, calling 911, chewing pills. In panic, he said, you can't think clearly. Only what you've practiced will help you. Richard's story. Richard, 72, lived alone after his wife passed. One morning, while gardening, he felt sudden fatigue and back pain. He remembered the doctor's words: older adults rarely feel chest pain. Back pain can be a sign. He took action, sat down and leaned back, called 911, chewed aspirin he kept in his pocket, used the 4-7-8 breathing method. His gate was already open, as he had prepared. The ambulance came in 12 minutes. He had a 95% blockage in a major artery, the silent killer. But his quick actions saved his heart from permanent damage. 6 months later, Richard was back in his garden, just with a few new health precautions. The doctor looked at me one last time and said, "Know early, act early, survive." I share this story not to frighten you, but to prepare you. When you're alone and symptoms strike, you are the one who decides your fate. Remember, recognize the subtle signs of heart attacks in seniors. Call 911, don't drive yourself. Chew aspirin properly, sit in the right posture, use breathing control. Know the self-compression technique as a last resort. Plan ahead. Share this video, it might save someone you love. Have you ever experienced a health emergency? Share in the comments, we're listening. I may be the storyteller, but it's doctors and people like you who change lives. See you in the next video.